Welcome to another episode of Project Dirty Willy. In this episode, we have all this. As I said, we're going to be replacing all of these cube lights and the light bar on the hood and the cube lights on the rear of Project Dirty Willy with all new KC HiLites equipment. And KC was awesome enough to send us all of this equipment. This is what we're going to replace the cubes with. These are also a cube light, but these are a little different than your standard cube light. Most of your standard little square cubes are 12 watts. These are actually 20 watts. So we have a 60-degree flood, 40-degree flood, 10-degree spot, hood brackets, A-pillar brackets, and a 20-inch C-series light bar. Hopefully the audio is okay throughout this video because there's a little bit of a thunderstorm going on outside. But I wanted to let everybody know before we got started that there's nothing wrong with any of these lights. They all still work, but we just wanted better performance and better lights. They also sent us their brackets. I didn't know that they had actually made brackets until I was talking to them on the phone, and they asked about, if I would like to use their brackets. And I was surprised to see that they actually had brackets. So we'll be replacing these hood brackets with KC HiLites brackets, as well as the A-pillar brackets. There's the thunderstorm, right on cue. There's that noise that I'm talking about. But anyway, if you've been a subscriber for a while, or if you've followed the Project Dirty Willy build, you'll know that we have all KC lighting on the front until you get up to the windshield. Like these are the Gravity G4 LED fog lights, and then the Gravity Sport 6, I think is what they are, or Gravity Sport G6 driving lights. And then we also have their original LED headlights. And then once you get up there is where we've kind of got a mix of different brands. So that's enough talking about what is already on the Jeep. Let's get to the part where we take the old stuff off and then put some new stuff on. These are the brackets. These are the KC A-pillar dual light mounts. They're pretty unique compared to most dual light mounts, being that they have these adjustable little pedestals for the upper and the lower light, so you can move them up and down and tilt them up and down as well. And then you also have the adjustability of the light itself. You do have to use this spacer. It's 20 millimeters thick, and I believe it's just plastic. When I started test fitting everything, I couldn't figure out why this spacer was necessary, because on the driver's side, it just made the bracket stick out. It actually looked better without it. But then come to find out, over on the passenger side, this actually goes behind it and makes it stick out just enough so the passenger side windshield wiper doesn't hit anything on it. So they just mirrored the passenger side over to the driver's side. So I want to take a second to show you the new lights. These again are the KC LZR series. These are some pretty interesting lights. You can see here that this one kind of has a clear lens on it. This is the 10 degree, and then this one I believe is the 60 degree. You can see that it has like a diffused lens on it. And these are really interesting, like just the shape of them. I really like that the wire actually just plugs into the back. You have a waterproof connector that plugs in there. That'll really help out in my situation, because I've got a 10 degree, a 40 degree, and a 60 degree pair. And I'm not quite sure which ones I want to put on the rear. So I know it's going to be either the 40 or the 60 that are going to go on the rear. But if I test them out and decide I want to change it, all I've got to do is unbolt the light and unplug it, and then just move it. I don't have to redo any wiring or anything like that. I was going to do a comparison between the old and the new, but that really wouldn't be fair. I mean, size-wise, they're close. These are a little bit thinner and taller. But the reason why I say it wouldn't be fair is most of these cube lights that you get like this, just about all of them are 12 watts. They have 3-watt LEDs, 4 3-watt LEDs. These are 20 watt. These have 4 5-watt LEDs. This is the 10 degree spot. This is the 40 degree flood. This is the 60 degree flood. Everything is mounted and temporarily wired. I haven't put everything back together yet because I've still got to do some touch-ups on the wiring here and there and then put everything back together. But I wanted to show you what all of the new lights look like. I've got you set up to where you can see all of the lighting on the front of Project Dirty Willy now that it's all KC HiLites. So I'm going to shut this light off and go over here and go through some of the lights. Okay, I'm going to start off by showing you some of the lights that you've already seen. Like, these are the KC HiLites Gravity G4 fog lights. And then the headlights, those are low beam. And then high beam. If you notice, the fog lights stay on when I flip over to high beam. That's because the programmer that we have allows you to set it up to where your fog lights stay on with your high beams. The Gravity G6 or the Gravity Sports. This is the new light bar. I imagine it's just a big blur on the screen. It's really bright. These are the new LZR 10-degree spot lights that are facing forward. These are the 40-degree LZRs. They are pointed out towards the sides. And then with the front facing. And then with the light bar. And then we'll just turn on the headlights and everything. It's probably pretty bright out there. So just to go through, again, a quick tour of all the lighting. We've got HiLites fog lights. Their gravity sport lights. Their headlights. Their light bar. Then their LZR 20-watt cubes. I still haven't done the ones on the rear yet, and as you can see, I still haven't done the permanent install of the wiring and haven't put the cowl and everything back on. All right, so as you can see, or at least I hope you can see, we've got a whole empty parking lot here to come out and test out these new lights and show to you. Right now, the only thing we have on is just the factory, well, not factory, but the original KC LED headlights. So we're going to go ahead and go through the new lights that we installed. Hopefully you can see everything. I can't really see anything myself because I think there's a camera here and one up here somewhere. I'm probably pointing way up in the sky. I don't know. I can't see anything. But what we'll do is we're going to go through all the new lights. So we'll go ahead and shut off the headlights. And then we're going to start off with the 10-degree spotlight, the LZR 10 degrees. These are front-facing, so you can see those actually fill in fairly good. I mean, compared to, well, again, I don't want to compare them to like most cube lights because these are different than most cubes. These are 20 watt when most cube lights are 12, but we've been through all that. We'll shut these ones off and we'll go to the 40-degree flood, which are angled out towards the sides. Those are actually angled right in my face. You can see that those are out towards the sides here. And then if we add the 10-degree back end with it, it actually fills in the middle right here. And that's actually a fair amount of light for 4 small cube lights. That's actually, I'd like to say, a lot of light. And then if we could turn all of those off and then just try out the C-Series light bar. This is the 20-inch light bar that we put across the hood. I don't know how that's coming across on camera, but that is extremely bright out here. Like I can't see anything that direction, so I might not even be facing a camera right now, for all I know. I'm just kind of facing in the general area of where the light's coming from. And if we add what we call the Sasquatch lights back to them, those are the 40-degree floods out to the side. You can see that adds in quite a bit of light out to the sides, but there's still a little bit of dark kind of right in here. I don't know if you can tell, but if we put the 10-degree spotlights back in with it, the LZR 10 degrees, that actually fills in a lot on this dark area. And this is with no headlights, nothing. This is just the new C-Series light bar and the LZR lights on the front. That's all we have on right now, and it puts out that much light. So here are the original reverse lights that you're probably familiar with, just regular old JK reverse lights. And you can see they don't do a whole lot. The brake lights kind of do most of the work. But back here, I've got a set of the KC LZR 60-degree floodlights for our new reverse lights. That makes a huge difference. These things are extremely bright. I'm really, really surprised at the throw on these things. I'm going to keep walking out here. You can see the camera is kind of auto-adjusting. But I mean, yeah, it's just a big blur, but I'm a decent way away from the Jeep, and you can see how far those things light up. All right, so I'm standing out here in the middle of the parking lot in the dark. I have all of the lights off, so you probably can't see anything right now other than black. Right now, from what I can see, those are the KC LZR 10-degree spots. Those are front-facing. Those are the 40-degree floods that are out to the sides. We call those the Sasquatch lights. Those are the KC HiLites Gravity G6. I don't know why I keep saying KC HiLites because I don't really need to say that because they're all KC HiLites. That bright one that just came on is the 20-inch C-Series LED light bar. That's all the front-facing light, and as you can see, that's quite a bit of light out there. I'm going to start walking forward and see how much brighter I get as I get up there, because I don't know how much you can actually see. I can't see either camera because I have one camera off to the side, I think, and then there's one that's kind of up towards the top. So I'm not sure what you can see and what you can't. I can't see anything right now because it's all just a big blur of light. But I did kind of pay attention to a little line here. There we go. So yeah, hopefully you can see all that. But yeah, that's all of the front-facing lights, so that's quite a bit of light. So yeah, these lights are very, very bright. I just wanted to come out here and the big empty parking lot and show you guys what all these lights actually looked like. I'm not going to be able to see a thing for like a week because these things it's really, really bright standing in front of all this. But anyway, you got a chance to actually see all of the front-facing lights. So yeah, I want to give a huge thanks to KC HiLites for sending out those lights. They're awesome lights. Again, they sent out that 20-inch C-Series light bar and all of the LZR series lights. I'm going to leave a link to KC HiLites' website so you can go through and check out all these different lights and all the other stuff that they have. I'll also have links in there for the Rocky X TV Facebook and Patreon page, so make sure to go check all those out. So yeah, if you came across this and you're not one of my subscribers or you're new to the channel, make sure to go into my channel and check out a couple videos. You can go in there and check out some of the videos and get caught up on all of the other lights that we showed other than just the new ones. So make sure to go in and check out a couple videos. I've got all kinds of stuff in there. If you find a video that you like, make sure to hit the like button. If you have something to say, leave it down in the comments. And if you find a couple videos that you like, don't forget to subscribe to my channel.